Welcome to another Weather and Climate Chat with your hosts. And I'm saying hosts in the plural because now we have three hosts this semester. Two of the names you might be familiar with. One you might be kind of familiar with because you've heard her on the air for a few months now, but now on a more permanent basis for the next several months. First of all, myself, Monsoon Mike, and you are?
Dr. Michael Davis.
And the young lady that I was just typing just a second ago, our intern for the semester. You heard her last semester from Dr. Davis's weather and analysis class. She came to me and Dr. Davis around November of last year and said, I like this so much, I want to intern here next semester, which is now this semester. And now you're here. Welcome, Quinn Flory.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
Pleasure to have you here. So talk a little bit about what you're going to be doing here at KUR for the next several months.
Okay, so Monday through Fridays, I'm going to be coming in 2 hours every day and making up models on papers that I print out, writing up, drawing isobars, printing out highs and lows, looking at temperatures, sea surface temperatures, all that stuff. And then I make my forecast off of that and then record it, and then I
hear them on
air it.
KUR. Yeah. It airs about hourly.
Yeah, you'll be doing all the weather forecasts here, right? Or,
yeah, Monday through Friday.
Through Friday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, welcome. And, of course, we're now going to make you a regular part of Weather and Climate Chat because why not, right? So welcome aboard. Happy to have you here. Dr. Davis, Quinn, this is kind of weather meteorologists, I guess you could say, in the reverse nightmare because it's not really a whole lot to talk about this past few weeks other than kind of borderline average weather with not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, we had a big high pressure come down out of Canada Monday, I believe. And I was marking off air that it was 1044 millibars when it came in. We saw 30.97 inches of mercury. So that is a very, very strong high pressure system. So not much was happening over the course of that time period. And that high really hasn't moved.
No. And it's been quite
it's been
pleasant.
Here all week, and temperatures have been moderating a little bit because they've been getting warmer air from the south and getting more sun, even though the sun is still pretty weak this time of year.
Right.
And giving us a fairly pleasant couple days recently.
Yeah, actually work week was very benign. It was a nice first week of classes, a little cold at times, but nothing out of,
a little chilly in the morning, but
nothing too crazy.
Not bad.
Nothing too crazy. Finally, we do have something that's going to break the pattern of dry, sunny days, but unfortunately for winter weather lovers, you mentioned those moderating temperatures a minute ago. It's moderating so much to the point that looks like most of, or if not all of this next storm is going to be in the form of rain.
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, me too. You don't have to go there with me. I love snow. And
me too.
Yeah, I think with the high just sitting in place, we just have all this warm air that's kind of been building for a while. So all that residual heat's going to stick around and give us mostly a rain event.
Right.
Now, we are recording this on the 24th of January, which is Friday, and there are one or two models that kind of imply that it might start off as a little bit of freezing rain up in northern Lehigh Valley, Poconos, tonight into tomorrow. But whether that does happen or not, even those areas are eventually going to change to rain. And there are other models that say that those areas don't even get anything frozen, and it's just a straight rainstorm top to bottom, which I'm kind of thinking for our immediate area probably will just be straight rain top to bottom.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And the QPFs, the quantity precipitation forecasts, are pretty high for this particular event.
Yeah,
so
it's definitely a juicy event.
We should be seeing a fair amount of precipitation with this system.
Yeah, it's definitely a juicy event, and it looks like a good inch, maybe even an inch and a half of rain. It's quick, though. In fact, it might not even rain all of Saturday. It looks like it's kind of in early Saturday morning around dawn and out a little past lunchtime.
Yeah,
so, it's
from what I collected.
It's in and out, yeah.
It said it would stop by Saturday night, or it would be very light.
Yeah.
If that.
From what I'm seeing, it looks like even earlier than Saturday night, maybe by like 1, 2 o'clock. It'll, it's not going to be a nice day. Still stay cloudy, but I'm thinking,
Sunday it'll be nicer. We back up, and then Monday, same thing again.
With a fresh batch of cold air too behind it.
Yeah. And for you snow lovers, if you want to see snow that bad, you're going to have to go up to northwest PA in the normal snow lake effect regions. They're
Western
going to get
New
some,
York.
but not in northeastern Ohio, your neck of the woods, Dr. Davis, but not a whole lot elsewise. And it looks like after this rain on Saturday, we get into another almost the same story as something that tries to come down there a little bit on Thursday, but looks like it passes to our south. Looks like another fairly benign work week coming up next week.
Yeah, it looks like we're back to pretty much nothing for the next couple days after this event this weekend.
Right, with maybe the next storm coming around next Saturday. So that would actually make the third, if that's true, that would make the third Saturday in a row with some sort of precipitation. So I guess we're in a Saturday pattern this year.
Yeah, it wasn't over the summer when we had several, I think, Fridays of rain. I think we had a streak of 13 or 14 Fridays in a row.
And I don't, right, I remember that. Yeah. And I don't know if there's anything scientific to that, but I've noticed sometimes in weather you get into these patterns with days of the week where it's like the same day every week. I don't know. Is there anything to that, Dr. Davis?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay.
I think it's more of a
coincidence.
Just a coincidence or interesting event.
So we're going to rain this week. We're going to maybe have rain next Saturday, and we can talk briefly about the storm we had last Saturday. That one was actually slightly more interesting because we had some winter weather that came through here.
Yeah.
It was a little nasty on the roads there for a while. Mm-hmm. I think I recorded 3.5 inches of a mixture of snow and sleet.
Yeah, I'm from central Pennsylvania, and I live over in Northumberland County, and we got a really decent amount of snow. My dog was very excited about it. He went out and played in it a lot.
Yeah.
We only got 1.5 inches by me.
Yeah.
So you got to move up our way. It's a little more interesting.
It was a lot of slush from the roads, but a lot of snow.
All pretty much going now. So
So
there you have it, folks. I mean, and looking long range, Climate Prediction Center, 6 to 10 looks above normal temperatures, 8 to 14 above normal temperatures, precipitation maybe a little bit above normal, 3-month outlook slightly above normal. So I'm not seeing any huge winter outbreaks anytime soon.
Yeah, unlike 4 years ago. Time.
We could talk about that. I'm sure it's showing up on all your Facebook feeds as look backs. Facebook does that. Yeah, I looked at those pictures and it kind of broke my heart because I love snow and I was having memories of.
That was my freshman year, and I remember in the spring semester there was a lot of snow, and that was my first year at college. And it's like college snow days are a little different than like high school snow days, and they're a little more fun, relaxing.
I believe 32 inches.
I think that was the
24-hour period.
Yeah, and
a lot of snow.
I think Harrisburg. I saw one. I follow weather sites from all over the place. I think that broke Harrisburg's daily record. That particular storm.
Same with Allentown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and did it for Allentown as well too. Yeah, so Harrisburg and Allentown I think broke daily records with that storm. So, yeah. So
I remember back in my day with college snow days, we go traying. I don't know if they still do traying nowadays.
I know what that is. Yeah, I'm familiar when you get trays from the dining hall, but they don't have trays here, so we don't have that option. But I know that you can buy sleds like over at the grocery store.
I'm trying to find a meteorologist down in Philadelphia. I don't know if you got any. I can't find his page now because there's a million Adam Josephs. There's just too many of them out there, I guess. But he's a meteorologist at Channel 6 in Philadelphia, and he brought up an interesting point. He's like, prior to that big snowstorm in 2016, Philadelphia had at that point only recorded 0.5 inches of snow. And this year, Philadelphia's only recorded 0.3 inches of snow. And he said after that storm, Philadelphia only recorded 4 more inches of snow for the entire rest of 2016's winter. So his point was, don't lose hope, snow fans. It just takes one big one.
And that was the same case. Mark Schamberger at WFMZ brought up that for Allentown, 93-94.
Right.
When we only had about 5% of our usual snowpack for the year.
Right.
And then we got
all hell
hammered.
Broke loose,
And then we had 93-94 was the snowiest winter on record in Allentown.
And going way back, one of my favorite winter storms, because it's the first, we've talked about this many times, Dr. Davis, I'm a weather that sticks out in my head. The first storm I was old enough to remember as a youngster was 1983, February of 83, which was a big blizzard in this area. I was like 6 years old. And I looked up that particular winter, and Christmas of 82 was in the 60s. It was literally in the 70s a week before this February storm, and then all hell broke loose on February 11th, 83. So that my point is, snow lovers, it's, it just takes one storm to make us happy. So maybe we'll get something big in February or March.
One of the biggest winter events I remember as a young kid was the 94
Yes.
cold polar plunge.
I just saw people posting about that. Yeah.
That happened around this time, too.
Mhm.
We had temperatures in Cleveland, I think, -10 for
Yeah.
the high, and the wind chill was -40.
I'm actually surprised it wasn't even lower than that because I think there was one weather station in Pennsylvania that I don't think got past -15 one day for a high from that snap I saw.
It might have been like -20, but I just
Yeah.
remember being very brutal.
State College posted about that a couple days ago. Yeah, I remember that one too because where I was living at the time, they were actually doing rolling blackouts, meaning they were turning people's electricity off for like 5 minutes to conserve because the grid was just so strained with everybody using heat. Obviously, sort of like what happens in the summer when we're all using air conditioning.
Yeah, we had an entire week off of school, and
Yep.
no one was going outside. because
Nobody
it was
went
just
anywhere.
too darn cold.
I do remember 94. You probably weren't even born yet, right?
No, I was born in 97.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You don't remember that one.
No, I
but-
do not.
Yeah, missing those good old-fashioned winters, right?
Yeah.
Oh, one of those. We're like old men, Dr. Davis. Back in my day, we used to get them good old snowstorms.
Get off
Now-
my lawn.
Yeah. Now we just get those puny little storms. Oh well, maybe later. We'll see.
And walk to school and
Uphill both ways.
Uphill both ways. Yeah.
60
5
miles
feet,
uphill
yeah.
both ways, and come home with pneumonia and go back to school the next day. Yeah, we've heard all the stories. Yeah, we've heard all the stories. Okay, so there you have it, folks. A fairly benign pattern for the coming week or so. Topic of the week. We've already talked for about 10 minutes, so we'll keep this one fairly short. Kind of some disturbing news, I guess you could say. The Environmental Protection Agency has announced major rollbacks of protections of streams and other small bodies of water. What else can I say? I mean, we know that this administration is not the friendliest toward environmentalism.
Causes, yeah.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that the Environmental Protection Agency is supposed to be essentially ensuring that we have clean water, and if you start to remove coverage from waterways, that just allows the jeopardizing of our water.
Right. Yeah. I know we were talking a little bit about this yesterday, Quinn.
Yeah.
It's we hear about all
It's hard
these.
to watch.
Yeah, it really is. It really is, and we have some of these. I won't even go there. But let's just say that there's some people that just pick and choose certain topics. They're like, well, this topic is important, but then they forget about that this is also a huge issue. If we don't have a livable planet to live on and we don't have clean water, I mean, really, what else is there to argue about?
Yeah, and me being only not even halfway through my life yet, it scares me to think of what my future could possibly entail.
And if you have kids, I mean, what are they going to be faced with? So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about what Noah's going to have to see.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Makes me hesitant to even think about like that part of my life because if there's nothing for them to come, why would I bring something into the world that I'm setting up for failure?
Yeah, that's a whole movement right now, is people not having kids because they don't want to have kids in this type of environment.
Yeah.
But some good news, and not to get political here, we'll keep it positive. Some good news is your guy and kind of my guy. I'm kind of still on the border with who I'm voting for in the primary, but Bernie Sanders, who probably is the most environmentally friendly out of the lot, is surging in the polls. In fact, there's a couple polls that now have him, thankfully, yes, I said that, thankfully, ahead of Biden, which would be great. I mean, if we could get Sanders in there, we would finally have an environmental advocate in the office and perhaps slow down that dive that we're taking off the cliff.
Yeah, I don't particularly care who wins the nomination, just as long as they will treat the climate crisis like the crisis it is.
And he's one of the group that I think he's the one that's taking it the most seriously. At least I've noticed. Yang is also taking it fairly seriously. Steyer says he's taking it very seriously. I don't see Biden taking it all that seriously. That's the concern with him. And we've discussed that before, but who knows? He could be swayed, possibly, which would be a good thing. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I agree with Dr.
You're being very
Davis.
quiet today, Dr. Davis.
I'm trying not to be political.
Yeah, I know. So get me in trouble. Thanks. No, I'm just kidding. That's fine.
I'm trying to show some restraint here.
Yeah, okay. That's good. That's good. Any thoughts on that, Quinn?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Dr. Davis. I want to vote for somebody who's actually going to put in the work and like treat the climate crisis as a crisis. And I don't really care who it is at this point. Something needs to be done, and we need to start putting in.
I will say I'm starting to warm up to Yang, but he's only put a fraction of what other candidates have said what they would do for climate change. So
Right.
he needs to really get more serious with it.
Yeah, that's who
my opinion.
I'm leaning towards right now because I just like a lot of what he's saying. But yeah, I think he could be a little stronger on the environmentalism for sure.
And I think he's also banking on the private sector doing a lot more than, say, the federal
Right.
government. But the federal government has to take
Has
the lead
to.
on this.
Yeah.
The private industries really haven't done much to
No.
this point, so it would be
We've pretty
I think,
much proven
foolish
that over and over,
to
yeah.
think that they're going to pull us out of it.
All right, well, we'll just just stay tuned. I mean, the primaries are starting, soon, so we're going to see where the country, how serious they are taking climate as a topic in the coming months and weeks, and hopefully they take it seriously and we get somebody good in there and we can stop this this free fall. So
Yeah,
So
stop
we'll
the
see how it
madness.
goes.
Yeah.
Super Tuesday's right around the corner.
it is. All right. So, Quinn,
Yeah.
first weather and climate chat of 2020 in the books for you. So
Yeah, true.
and here's to many more for this semester. So,
Yeah, I'm excited.
all right, Dr. Davis, Quinn, Flory, we'll see you maybe next week.
Yeah.
Kind of up to you. I mean, we're always here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of dependent
Yeah, I
on
get
your
done with
schedule.
class 3. I should be able to.
All right, weather and climate chat signing off for now. We'll see you next week.